Okay, this is Dan again with Senior E-Bike Nation. Starting out on our ride here. Again, I'm going to try to do a 30-mile ride. I can usually do it in about 2 hours. And I'm normally riding along at about pedal assist 2, which is around 16, 17 mile an hour. And then once I get up here a couple miles, I'll flip it up to pedal assist 3. We'll comfortably ride at 20 to 21 mile an hour up to my 15 mile marker, which is halfway. Beautiful morning out here today. God bless us with another day. Beautiful day. Probably in the mid 60s here in Ohio. And just a great day to get out and ride. I try to get in 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I do 30 miles each trip. So I try to get in 120 miles a week, but some weeks I've got things going on at home and appointments and stuff, so. But as normal, I try to get at least 120 miles a week. I ride this bike, which is, again, the Rusher Komoda. It's a 20-inch fat tire bike. And I have an aerial rider, Rydell, which is a 26-inch e-bike. On that bike, I probably put about 2,700 miles on it since last August, so a little better than a year. This one here, I've had about 2 months now, and I've got a little better than 900 miles on it. I've had zero problems with the bike. So the older you get, and with limited disabilities and stuff, these 20-inch step-through bikes are a whole lot easier to ride, because you're not having to lift your leg up over that bar. First little intersection here I got. But I turned 71 in November, and I found it a little bit more difficult to step over that bike that I have, that 26-inch bike. I can still do it, but it gets a little more difficult. So I opted to buy this 20-inch bike. I did a lot of research on it. They've got several bikes they have out, and there's so many e-bike manufacturers out there now that price points are starting to come down a little bit on these bikes. This bike was manufactured less than a year ago, and it retailed for $25.99 plus tax, and I purchased it a couple of months ago for $21.99 plus tax, and it's been a great investment. I changed out a couple things here, or shall I say I added a couple mirrors. I've had a little Bluetooth radio down here. And then I've added a bike bag. The bike did come with a bike rack already built into the bike in the back, so that's really nice. The bike has got a half twist throttle, as you can see here on my right hand. And it's also got pedal assist 1 through 5, which is over here on my left hand. You can see it. It's got Zoom hydraulic brakes, and it's got front and rear suspension, which is really nice. So that's a little bit about the bike. Once I get up to the halfway point, I'll show the bike to you. I've got a few other videos about this bike, but more and more I'm finding it to be my go-to bike. I'm a real fan of e-bikes. As I mentioned, the older you get, if you got some limited disabilities, these e-bikes are perfect for getting exercise. I can burn anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 calories on each ride, and I track that on my Apple Watch. And you can get your heart rate up over 100 to 125, depending on how much effort you want to put into the pedals. Right now, as I mentioned, I'm in pedal assist 2, and that's a very comfortable speed here. But I'll bump it up to 3 once I get up here about another mile. We got some of the best bike trails in the nation around here. You really don't have to ride on the road with these if you've got local bike trails. And I encourage you to try to find all those and utilize those in your area. I know a lot of people down in Florida and on the coastlines, they ride these in the sand. They got these 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires on them, so I guess they do pretty well on the beach. Kind of quiet out here this morning. There's not a whole lot of bikers on the trail. Usually not during the week. I want to show you a little graffiti art up here on this building. It's really cool. Let me get up here a little bit. Well, you can see it. Yeah, we've really got some talented people that can do that stuff. I just wish they wouldn't put a lot of graffiti on all the stop signs and buildings and the overpasses like I'm getting ready to come up on here. You can see the graffiti they got on the overpass. Getting ready to turn right up here, and then I'll bump it up to pedal assist 3. Got a small hill up here, but it's about the only hill on the entire trail. Okay, I'm going to bump it up to pedal assist 3, and these buttons over here on the left do that. As you can see, I just went up to pedal assist 3, and I'll get up to, like I said, about 19, 20 mile an hour I'll be able to ride at. I'm actually gaining speed as I'm climbing this hill, and I'm not putting any effort into the pedals. These batteries, fully charged, and especially in the summertime in the warmer weather, they'll get you anywhere from 30 to 40 miles on a full charge. Unless you're riding in pedal assist 4 or pedal assist 5, you're going to drain the battery a little quicker. These are 48 volt, 14 amp hour batteries. They're actually in the down tube of this bike, so you can't see the battery. And I carry an extra battery in my bag in the back in case I want to extend my mileage to a 60 or 70 mile ride. 50 is as far as I've gone on it so far. Very comfortably. This bike's got a 750 watt hub motor on the back. The hub motor itself is called Bafang, and that's one of the better motors on e-bikes. But everything about this bike I love. I'm now doing about 21 to 21.5 mile an hour, and I'm riding very comfortably at this speed. As you can see, the motor's pretty quiet on it. But even on YouTube and Facebook has got a Cyrush Your Bike Owners forum that you can join if you want to thinking about purchasing this bike or other bikes. A lot of guys talk about additions they put on their bikes and changed out the pedals on the bike, and I'm not all into that. I like to keep things as pretty much stock as they are. Again, this bike came with folding pedals. I don't know why they fold. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.